Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and today is gonna be our glamorous, glorious housing market update. And I'm gonna start the video off by accessing live data from my local MLS. And I'm gonna rapidly show you guys some of the top price cuts in my local housing market that we've been studying for the past 5 months. Now, after that, we're going to take another look at a market analysis using price per square foot. And then I'm going to show you guys one more additional trick that will help you guys find a great deal, and that is DOM. Now, after that, we're going to go into all things interest rates, followed by some absolutely great news on inventory. And then we're going to move on to unemployment and end the video by announcing this week's first comment champion. So remember, guys, if you can understand, this is my personal YouTube channel. Like the video for all this effort, subscribe if you haven't already, and shoot me a comment below. Regardless, guys, let's get started on the video now. So where we're going to begin is by me jumping into har.com to show you guys live active data. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to make this super rapid. You can reference my past videos. You guys already know how I do this, but let's get straight to the massive price cuts now. Okay, guys, so here's our first price cut. And I know you guys want those really big, monstrous price cuts. So I found you guys some monstrous price cuts all in the same little tiny local area of Kingwood. So again, you guys, I'm intentionally keeping us in this small, tiny box so that we can analyze the data in just one place. That way people aren't going to get confused. And I know people want me to go to Katy, Sugarland, and I can do that. But just for these videos, this is what I'm doing. But as you guys can see here, this was originally listed at 2.2, obviously a super high amount. It was cut down $210,000 to 1.99 million. Regardless, guys, that's 10% off. So obviously right now, luxury real estate is taking a massive, massive hit. And look at this other thing. Been on the market for 224 days. So if this was my price point, which it's not, I'm not rich, I would know that this house is probably something that I could negotiate on and work a good deal. So here's another one, guys. This is an absolutely juicy price cut, again, in the small, little, tiny city of Kingwood. This represents, guys, a $350,000 price cut, or about 19% off. And again, you guys, look at the price per square foot. These are luxury houses. And again, after this segment, we're going to go over a market analysis so that we understand what price per square foot we should be looking at. And again, that's just a baseline way. But again, beautiful price cut of $350,000. This is live data. All right, here's the last one, guys. And I dropped the price point. So this home was originally listed at $699,900. It took a price cut of over $100,000, as you can see here. Again, you guys, luxury is taking a massive hit. I'm probably going to do a video on how bad luxury real estate is actually doing right now. But this $100,000 off represents a price cut, guys, of 14%. So as you guys can see, and again, look at here, this is active. As you guys can see, these are active price cuts going on right now in my local MLS. But the thing is, guys, they could price cut all day long. What we have to understand as consumers is it a good deal? Are they just price cutting from overvalued prices, right? The reality is many of these price cuts are actually just bringing values down to market, right? We need to understand, are these price cuts sharp enough to go under market value? In order to determine that, we have to do a market analysis in the area that we're interested in purchasing in. And you guys remember me saying, if you are interested in buying real estate, have your realtor do this for you. I've done a market analysis already based on price per square foot for 2019, 2020, and 2021 for the local market of Kingwood. That way I know what the average home was selling for in 2019, 2020, and 2021, so that when I'm looking at that very simple price per square foot, I know if it's under market value. Let me show you. So once again, this is something that you can give to your realtor to do. This is a market analysis. As you can see here, this is for the area that we're looking in, which is Kingwood. And this is all of the sales in 2019. Okay, so we can see that in 2019, the average price per square foot in 2019 in this area was $104. Average sales price, $292. about 2,800 square feet. I look at the square footage, guys, because the bigger the house, generally, the lower it is price per square foot. But again, the main piece of information here is in 2019, homes were selling for 104 a square foot. Here's the one for 2020. As you can see here, this is a market analysis for 2020 in Kingwood. The price per square foot went up from $104 to $107 a square foot. So now I understand my 2020 data. Here's 2021 data. As you can see down here for Kingwood, this is a market analysis. And as we can see here, the price per square foot skyrocketed in 2021 to $126.52 at a sales price of $375. Average home was about 2,900 square feet. So now that I understand what price per square foot was in the area that I want to buy, because now I have 2019, 2020, and 2021 information, now I can analyze the data and determine what I should spend my time investigating. Let me show you. So back to MLS, and I am going to only look at listings in Kingwood. All right. So I'm going to type in Kingwood right there. I have 96 listings. I'm going to show results. And keep in mind, guys, I'm going to show you two tricks here. Now, the first one is categorizing all of the active listings by price per square foot. Do y'all see that here? So now this column right here is price per square foot, the lowest to the highest. And that's really helpful, guys, because what we know here is essentially there are 8 properties. So from here up, so there's a total of 8 properties that are under 2021 levels, because you guys remember what 2021 levels were, right? $126 a square foot. So everything under $126 a square foot. This one I'm just keeping here. So number 8. So again, you guys, I know that in the market that I want to purchase in, I have 8 properties to select from that are under the 2021 averages. Now, look at the top one here, $98.36 a square foot. So now I also know that we have one property that is under the 2019 averages. So this one right here is what pretty much the first 8 is what I want to be looking at just to see how much wedge is in that. So again, you guys, this is a very easy, very good strategy just to look at a lot of data to determine what's going on in the local housing market that you want to buy in. But let me give you guys one more strategy. Now, I constantly say this, and so do many other realtors. One of the ways that we can determine how aggressive we can be when negotiating for a buyer, right, when we put in an offer, is the days on the market. And generally, not all the time, but generally, the longer the days on the market, again, the more we can get away with. So something else we want to look at, not just price per square foot, we want to look at how, we want to essentially look at the days on the market for every listing to determine our negotiation power. Let me show you. Okay, so we're going to come back to this screen. And since I already have Kingwood up, I'm just going to go to DOM right here, guys. And all I'm going to do is also, categorize this. All right, you see that? Now look at this. This is astonishing. Generally, if it's like 30 days DOM, we can kind of start beating them up. If it's 60 days, even more. But look at this. In my little tiny local housing market, we only have 96 listings, by the way. So we have 96 listings. Look at all of the ones so far right here, guys. Days on the market. Look at this. 231, 224, 204. Look at the price points. You see this? This is telling me that luxury is taking a bad, massive hit. And quite frankly, people don't want to buy luxury houses. But look at this. Look at how many of these listings, 158, 158, 155. Let's go to the second page. Or let me show you guys. So look at this. So this goes all the way down here until about right here. So, so essentially, guys, here's what all of this means, okay? Let me break this down for you. Essentially, 34 of the 96 listings, okay, in the local housing market that we've been studying, so 34 of the 96 listings have been on the market over 100 days. Y'all hear me on that, right? 34 of the 96 homes have been on the market over 100 days. That's crazy, you guys. That represents 35% of the active listings in Kingwood that have been on the market for over 100 days. Pretty astonishing, guys. So in other words, there's actually some opportunity in Kingwood to start haggling these sellers. And I want you guys to do the same investigation in the market that you're interested in. Now, let's move on to all things interest rates. Let me show you what rates updated this week too. So this is Fred economic data, 30-year fixed rate mortgage average in the United States. And you guys, I am so sorry. I forgot to put the poll out last week. But you guys remember me saying that I expected a downward trend from week to week, and I was guesstimating that rates would be at 6.5. It came in at 6.49. So essentially the rates almost did absolutely nothing. They dropped 9 basis points. But what I want you guys to pay attention to is since the CPI report came out at 7.7, interest rates have actually gone down. So 7.08 to 6.49 have actually gone down 59 basis points, or given back, right? Given back 5.9% of purchasing power. So we've dropped a healthy amount. 59 basis points is a big movement. So you guys see that right here. But again, here's the thing. It's going to be really hard for me to determine what is going to happen next week. Let me show you why now. Take a look at the treasuries. Now, again, I apologize, guys. I'm going to put out a poll after this video. Please go to the poll under my community tab and tell me what direction the interest rates are going to go based on only the 10-year treasury and the limited data we have, because today's Friday. I don't even know what's going to come out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, we don't know. But here's the thing, guys. Right now, the 10-year is sitting at 3.61. This is the most uncertain I've been on the direction of the interest rates. Overall, I think the interest rates are going to slightly trend downward, maybe 5 basis points downward. And the real reason I think that, guys, is the holidays are coming up. I think that the government wants to stimulate retail. So, for that reason alone, I'm just going to say they're going to go down, but quite frankly, they can go up. I don't think there's going to be a big movement on residential mortgage rates, specifically based on this 10-year right here. And I want to point out, look at the inversion. The inversion is just 4.7% on a 9-month. I mean, anyone that is retired that has money in savings right now is so happy they finally get interest on their money again. This is insane. But everything is really, really inverted over the 10-year. So keep your eye on this, guys. This is what we're going to really want to see. If this goes over 4%, it's more doomsday. It's going to hurt really bad. If it stays under 4%, it's still going to hurt, but it's not going to cripple things instantaneously, at least in my opinion. So either way, guys, do me a favor. Go to that community poll. Vote for what direction you think interest rates are going to go so that we can reference it on next week's video. Now, what I want to talk about is something that is absolutely a beautiful, beautiful surprise. You guys may remember me at the beginning of the year making all kinds of projections, and for the most part, I have been blessed enough to be pretty accurate on the direction I thought the housing market was going to go. One of the things that I was struggling with was inventory. I had made a claim, a very bold claim, that we would have the same amount of inventory. Well, I was hoping we would have the same amount of inventory by the end of this year that we did pre-pandemic. Now, here's the thing. The actual unit amount, we're not going to be there. But here's what I learned. As of this week, we now have more months of supply than we did pre-pandemic. Y'all hear what I'm saying? We now have more months of supply than we did pre-pandemic. Y'all, that's so huge. So in other words, the Federal Reserve can go down on interest rates and it's not going to stimulate the housing market, but that emotion is still in the market. And I think that's really what we're saying, is all of the emotions kind of get out of control. But take a look at the inventory now. So we're going to start by accessing Fred, y'all. This is the monthly supply of new homes in the United States. This is a 10-year outlook, and I just wanted to show you we have so much inventory, y'all, for new homes. We have 8.9 months of inventory for new homes. That is astonishing. Anything over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. So I could tell you from this data that new homes in the new home niche, in the new home industry, it is absolutely a buyer's market. And if you're a buyer looking for a new home, I would be extremely aggressive. And also extremely careful by getting a home inspection, just because of all of the information we're getting on the poor quality of materials. Okay, so now here's our other inventory report by Fred. This just updated yesterday, December 1st, y'all. This is housing inventory active listing count in the United States. So the shocking thing is, almost always inventory goes down from October to November, and it did go down, but look at how slightly inventory went down. I mean, this is crazy, you guys. Inventory only went down 2,300 units. That is insane. People do not want to buy houses right now. So as far as active total units, We don't have as much as we had pre-pandemic, but let me show you guys now how we have now more months of supply than we did pre-pandemic. All right, so I'm going to do a separate video on the Redfin weekly housing market update because there's some really surprising, very, very cool information that I'm going to share with you guys. But as you can see, this is the months of supply right here. The black line is 2022, the blue line is 2019. And as you can see right here, do you see this? You guys, we finally have it immediately. I'm telling you guys, okay, right away, breaking news. We now have more months of supply than we did pre-pandemic. So now the house prices are going to go plummeting downward, even if the rates don't go up as sharply. Okay, guys, so the last set of data that I want to review is the unemployment rate, because there's so much that's going on right now that is going to be affected by unemployment. If unemployment starts like skyrocketing, things will have been broke, right? Things are going to be broke. So a lot of our attention should be on unemployment. And unfortunately, Jerome Powell wants the labor market to be softened to control inflation, the wage price spiral, all of those types of things. But the job numbers came out today. It's not reflected in this chart, remains unchanged. So the unemployment rate is still 3.7. In other words, you guys, what the Federal Reserve wants is not happening. So more than likely, as a result of December's unemployment report being 3.7%, for obviously November, as a result of that, guys, I believe what's going to happen is, and I hope it does, because we actually want this. We just want to get, we want the reset to happen so we can start healing. But what I believe is going to happen, 75 basis point rate hike in December. It might not, because we're going into the holidays. So they may want to, not want to do that because of the holidays. But I think that the Federal Reserve should raise rates 75 basis points in December. That right now is about a 29% expectation. A lot of the industry expects a 50 basis point rate hike. I don't think that that's going to happen. I'm hoping we get the 75 basis point, guys, because quite frankly, we need it. Now, let's finish out this video by crowning our new champion. And here's the thing, you guys, this week was incredibly hard because we had multiple people that got first place comments. So what I had to do is I went back to every single video and tallied up who got the most. So let me show you who won right now. But before I do that, let me first show you guys everyone that was almost a winner, and then I'll crown the winner at the end, starting with Bernice. Dude, good job, Bernice. Bernice actually got 1 first place comment for the week and 3 second place comments. So big shout out to you, Bernice. Mad love. Definitely thank you. You also had Steve. Steve actually had 2 times where he hit first place comments. So big shout out to Steve-O. Big shout out to him. I hope everything's going well on the West Coast, Steve. Really appreciate you. Now, obviously, we have our defending champion right here, Julius, who has not, let go of the champion belt this entire time. Julius actually got 4 times this week first place comment. So we got Julius with 4 times the comments. Julius, appreciate you, brother. And we also had Annan, and I'm really horrible at pronouncing names, so I'm sorry, but we have Annan with 1 first place comment. Annan, big thank you to you. I really appreciate the synergy. Also, my man Voval, even though he didn't put first, he said hi. That was the first comment. Voval hit a first comment this week. Voval, love you, brother. Appreciate all you do. Last but not least, my man Scrog. I'm so bad at pronouncing things, guys, but Scrog got 1 first place comment as well. Big shout out to you, brother, and a big shout out to every single person who tried. But you guys, we can only have 1 champion, and the championship goes to, once again, Julius. Julius, congratulations, brother. Big shout out, big thank you to you. You are the current and defending champion once again. So in conclusion, be very, very careful what you're listening to. And if it stresses you out, stop watching the housing market and listening to the people that are talking about it. It's going to get harder and harder for the well-leveraged buyers on the sidelines to stay patient, which also means it's even more important to remain patient now. Now, if you're not a well-qualified buyer, remember you can be by preparing. Improve your credit, get out of consumer debt, Track your spending so that you can save more money and work as much as possible. So you can not only save money, but additional income should also allow you to get better qualified for more money for a loan. Now, as we move forward, I'm going to start putting in our real estate update videos the steps I'm going to start taking to buy a house. Now, the first step is going to be to get qualified with a loan officer and understanding my exact purchasing power. In essence, guys, what I need to know at all times for any house I'm interested in, I need to know my payment and I need to know my out-of-pocket expense. So before I'm going out in the market, before I'm really doing a lot of effort, I'm making sure my finances are in order. Now, other than that, guys, couple little tips here. I'm not saying go buy right now. There may be some good deals, but I'm waiting for a great deal. Now, I really hope that today you guys got some value, perspective, and insights. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.